How is Garden Warfare 2 going to be revived? Well, I'm going to tell you in a few simple steps how we revive this game. Now, what's important to remember is that currently where we are in a very, very good place for a revival to happen. It's just simply sitting there, playing the game, and waiting for it to happen. Unfortunately, a revival it's just not something that we can just easily do or anything like that. It's going to be something that's going to take time. It's going to be a process. It's going to take a lot of people for it. So, unfortunately, single handedly, nobody can revive this game. Me personally, I would love to single handedly revive this game, but I also know realistically, it's not possible for just one single person to revive an entire game. Number one, the most important thing that we need to do to revive this game is simply bring the old players back. Now, a lot of people are thinking, with especially the whole Jynxzi thing and him deciding to play the game, that the entire revival was essentially going to be centered around new players coming to the game, enjoying the game, and continuing to play it. But I'm going to tell you right now, that strategy is exactly why there hasn't been a revival yet, right? Everybody is so focused on trying to get new players to come to the game, trying to get them to check it out. And while that is great, it is important to remember that not all of these new players are going to stick. Honestly, not even 50% of them are going to stick to the game, right? These are new players that we are talking about. People who may have never played this style of game before. Yeah, sure, they've probably played a shooter, but Garden Warfare 2 isn't exactly your normal shooter, if you get what I mean. You know, Garden Warfare 2, it has its complexities, it has its differences that make it a different game, and that's why returners love it, but new people, they seem to jump off of it pretty quick, right? There's certain reasons for it, and that's just the reason that it is a little bit different. So, getting back to what I was saying, it's about bringing old players back, right? Old players are going to be the people that on this game, they are going to stick to the game. They are not just going to dip after a week of playing it and they're not that good. So they're just like, yeah, man, this game ain't for me. I'm out of here, right? It's not going to be like that for older players. There's going to be a certain amount of time, you know, it's different for everybody, but there's going to be a certain amount of time that they're definitely going to play the game because obviously they enjoy it. That's why they're returning to it. So clearly they're going to stick with it. Now, does this mean that all returners are going to come to the game and then come play it for a month or a year or some exorbitant amount of time? No, that's not what that means, and that's not realistic either to expect every returner to just instantly hop back on the game and play it 24/7. One of the important things that we need to factor in with returners as well is there are people like me. I played Garden Warfare 2 whenever I was a kid. I'm not a kid anymore. I do take time to make content over GW2, right? And that's why I can kind of have this time to play the game and to experience it as an experienced player. But not everybody's like that, right? Most of the player base that were kids whenever this game started aren't kids anymore, right? They don't have that free time to sit around and play the game, right? But whenever it comes to younger people, you know, that's going to be the demographic that really needs to get hit. And that's where streamers like Jynxzi or other people and other content creators that are playing this game, that's where they come in and they bring it to a younger audience, but a younger audience that is specifically returning. So that's where we don't need people like Jynxzi. We don't need people like Joe Bartolozzi, respectfully. I've loved that dude. I saw that he made a video on it. But, like, we don't need these huge content creators. They help out a little bit, you know. They do. But it's really going to be those true PvZ YouTubers that we used to see. One of my favorite, for example, is Wolfie Plays, right? That's one of my favorite. And single-handedly, he could bring me back to this game, right? I started to see more of him in my YouTube feed, and I was like, you know what? I think, you know, I want to come back to this game, right? It takes people like that. It takes the content creators that were here, and it takes them coming back to this game and the actual returners to revive this game, right? So you're kind of seeing a little bit of a thing. I'm not only talking about content creators, I'm talking about returning content creators. So again, there's another point where it's not new people come to this game. It's not a streamer like Jynxzi or Joe Bartolozzi that this isn't their main form of content. It's those content creators that are going to come here and every day or every week they're going to make content on it, right? Even for me, I am a returner and I am a new content creator, right? And that's part of what is helping is returners who have played this game before coming back and adding to the game and adding to its hype and adding to everything to it. Now, kind of the last thing that I have to sort of end it off is we've talked about the returners, right? How important returners are, whether they are just normal players or whether they are content creators, whether they are new content creators who have played this game for a while. You know, whatever it may be, all of these different people are important. But what is even more important and even more vital for this game to get revived is EA doing something about it. EA loves to slack off on this game. They love to not release updates. They love to not do anything for it. And you know what? That would be great. But if this game wants a revival, we're going to need a little something from EA, which means that content creators come in even more important. The more content that gets posted of it, the more that we see it on TikTok, the more we see it on YouTube, the more we see it on Twitch, the more that it rises, that is going to be when EA comes back and they go, you know, maybe we should give this game a little bit of love again. Maybe we should update it for newer consoles. Maybe we should come out with a Garden Warfare 3. Sorry, I don't count Battle for Neighborville as a Garden Warfare 3. I don't. But we have to put this in the hands of EA. We can only do so much, right? As just players of this game, there's only so much that you can do to contribute to it. What it's mainly going to take is EA coming back and giving the love that this game deserves. And at the end of the day, that is the final, and that is the main thing that I can say about it. I can't really say much else. EA has got to come back for this game to get a revival. Otherwise, there's just going to be the problems that we've continued to have for years and years and years, and the reason why not really many new players come to this game, we're just going to continue to have those new problems. So EA, I'm calling you out. You have got to do something about this game, whether it's even the smallest update in the world. That's all us players want. All us returners want is to see that EA cares. And if we can see that, this game will get revived.